What if the key to curing type 2 diabetes wasn't found in a pill, but on your plate? A groundbreaking documentary called Forks Over Knives suggests exactly that. That the food you eat could be more powerful than the medicine you take. Today, we'll uncover how thousands have reversed their diabetes symptoms, lowered their blood sugar, and even thrown away their medications, just by changing what they eat. Let's dive into the science, the stories, and the hope behind Forks Over Knives, and how it could change your life. We often hear that type 2 diabetes is caused by eating too much sugar. But here's the surprising truth. The real culprit may be fat. Specifically animal fat and processed oils, clogging up your cells. Here's how it works. In a healthy body, insulin acts like a key, opening your cells so glucose, or sugar, can enter and be used for energy. But when your diet is high in fat, especially saturated fats from meat, dairy, and oils, those fats accumulate inside your muscle and liver cells. This causes something called insulin resistance, meaning your cells no longer respond properly to insulin. The sugar stays in your bloodstream, your pancreas pumps out more insulin, and over time, this leads to chronically high blood sugar. Type 2 diabetes. So, ironically, it's not just the sugar. It's the fat that's keeping sugar stuck in your blood. Here's where Forks Over Knives flips the script. The film features pioneering doctors, like Dr. Caldwell Esselstyn and Dr. T. Colin Campbell, who argue that the standard American diet, full of meat, dairy, and processed foods, is not just unhealthy, it's the primary cause of chronic diseases like diabetes, heart disease, and obesity. Their solution? A whole food, plant-based diet. That means no meat, no dairy, no processed oils, no refined sugars or flours. Instead, your plate is filled with vegetables, fruits, whole grains, legumes like beans and lentils, nuts and seeds in moderation. This way of eating is rich in fiber, low in fat, and packed with nutrients, helping your cells regain insulin sensitivity, reduce inflammation, and even repair damage. The documentary doesn't just talk theory. It shows real lives transformed. Meet Lee Fulkerson, the filmmaker himself. At the start, he was pre-diabetic, overweight, and on his way to serious health problems. But after just 12 weeks on a whole food, plant-based diet, he lost weight, reversed his pre-diabetes, and ditched his medications. Or Ruth Hedrick, a breast cancer survivor and longtime diabetic. After switching to a plant-based diet, her energy soared, her cancer went into remission, and she eventually became a 6-time Ironman triathlete in her 60s. These aren't miracles. They're the body's natural response to being fed what it was designed to eat. Skeptical? So were many. But the science behind Forks Over Knives is compelling, and growing. One major study featured is the China-Cornell-Oxford project, one of the most comprehensive nutrition studies ever conducted. It found that populations eating mostly plant-based diets had dramatically lower rates of diabetes, heart disease, and cancer. Another study by Dr. Neil Barnard showed that a low-fat, plant-based diet outperformed the American Diabetes Association diet in lowering blood sugar, weight, and cholesterol, without portion control or calorie counting. In fact, in just weeks, many patients on plant-based diets were able to reduce or eliminate insulin, lower their A1C levels, normalize blood pressure, lose weight naturally, no surgery, no fad diets, just plants. But wait, where do you get your protein? That's one of the most common questions. The truth is, plants have plenty of protein. Beans, lentils, tofu, quinoa, oats, spinach, broccoli, they all contain protein, and without the cholesterol or saturated fat of animal sources. Another myth? That diabetes is genetic and can't be reversed. Yes, genes play a role. But lifestyle is often the switch that turns those genes on or off. You may inherit a tendency, but your daily food choices determine your outcome. And let's talk carbs. Not all carbs are created equal. Refined carbs, like white bread and soda, are harmful. But complex carbs, like brown rice, sweet potatoes, and oats, are rich in fiber and actually help regulate blood sugar. So when you hear cut carbs, remember, it's not about cutting all carbs. It's about choosing the right ones. Inspired? Ready to try it for yourself? Here's how to get started with a whole food, plant-based approach to reversing type 2 diabetes. Clean out your kitchen. Remove processed foods, meat, dairy, and added oils. If it has more than 5 ingredients or ingredients you can't pronounce, skip it. Load up on plants. Fill your fridge with fresh veggies, fruits, whole grains, and legumes. Cook in bulk. Think soups, stews, stir-fries, and bowls. Don't worry about perfection. Start with one plant-based meal a day and build from there. Even small steps lead to big results. Monitor your progress. Check your blood sugar regularly. You might be surprised how quickly it improves. And always consult your doctor before adjusting medications. You may need less sooner than you think. Find support. Watch Forks Over Knives, follow plant-based creators, join online communities, or use apps to find recipes and track meals. Forks Over Knives doesn't promise a magic cure. But it does offer a powerful message. That food, real, whole, plant-based food, has the potential to transform your health. You are not doomed by your diagnosis. You are not a prisoner to your prescriptions. You have the power, with every bite, to start healing from within. So if you're struggling with type 2 diabetes or simply want to live with more energy and less medication, it might be time to put down the knife and pick up the fork. If you found this video helpful, give it a like, share it with someone who needs hope, and subscribe for more content on how to take control of your health naturally. And remember, your body wants to heal. You just have to give it the chance. Thanks for watching. Elevate your health IQ.